Hi, my name is Janice, and I'm a fitness instructor and a yoga therapist, and you can find me at inwardboundwellness.ca. You can also find me on Facebook under Inward Bound Wellness or on YouTube under Inward Bound Wellness. And I'm going to bring you through a little standing warm-up to get you warmed up and moving for the day. So we're going to do a spinal warm-up and then work in some agility movements. So I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. I'm going to hinge at the hip. I'm going to bring my hands to my thighs. I'm going to come down as far as I can go comfortably, pressing into the thighs, reaching up and around just to see where the arms feel good today. And I'm going to do that 3 more times, just as a first little warm-up. Just doing the ranges of motion for your body that feel comfortable for you, leaving anything out that doesn't feel good. Yeah. That's it. Maybe 1 more. Now to take this into a little bit of a bigger movement, a little bit of a bigger warm-up, I'm going to do the same idea. I'm going to bend the knees, hinging, going down as far as I can go. And then as I spring up, I'm going to step one arm out to the side. So essentially I'm doing a jumping jack without jumping. So I'm going to bring my hands back. I'm going to add in that little lower body movement up and out to the other side. And maybe I'll do 2 more on either side. Up and out. Out. Good. I can do 1 more on each side. Of course, you could do even more if you choose to. This is really just to get you warmed up. Okay, good. And now I'm going to take a moment to widen my feet a little bit, and I'm going to do a little opening twist. So for this twist, I'm going to have a little bend in my elbows, a little bend in my knees. One arm is going to stay where it is. The other arm is going to come around to clap. Open, and then the other arm to clap. Then, if you choose, the lower body might come with you. So you might be lifting the heels, so you pivot, open, twist, open, twist. Just getting a little bit of twisting motion, a little stretching into the shoulders. Yeah. Do 1 more. And then taking a moment to take a break here as your arms come down. So that was our first little twist for the body. And now with the feet a little wider than hips, shoulders rolling up, back, and down, rooting through the heels, I'm going to do a little side bend. So if the arm goes up, great. If your shoulder doesn't allow the arm to go up, you can bring your arm to your side. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to lengthen through the side body, relaxing the shoulder so you're not inching the shoulder up, and a little bit over. Let's just go one side to the other. Arm comes up, relax the shoulder, reaching up and over. And I'm going to do that 1 more time on either side. Little side, bend. Little side. Good. Wonderful. And then as you come down, take a moment. I'm going to roll the shoulders back and turn my feet out a little bit. So this warm-up a teacher shared with me 20 years ago as a way to get the lymphatic system moving. So really good for our immune system, boosting up our immunity in the body. And I like to do this at least once a day. So the feet are a little bit turned out, whichever comfortable for you. And the bend in the knee is very small. It's just that little soft bend. The size of the circle is up to you. I'm going to start moving my arms in a circle. Breathing deep. This is nice to do, you know, with an open window or standing on your balcony or your backyard. And the idea here is to get the arms moving, to get the lymphatic system circulating through the upper body. And your lymph fluid lives in your fascia, so you're also warming up those connective tissues in the body. So if your shoulder was injured and this felt really uncomfortable, the circle could be this big. You can get creative. Sometimes I'll get people to try 1 arm at a time. Okay, and then taking a moment in your time, we're going to do the opposite direction. So taking a moment, arms up and around. Keep breathing. And if you're getting tired or bored, that means you're doing it right. Yeah, good. And then as you take a moment to slow the arms down, we're going to do a little sort of empowering movement and a little cleansing breath here. So as the arms are kind of doing this chopping motion, turning my feet back to that forward position, I'm going to bend the knees 3 times and take a breath. And good. And then the last bit of this is called the palm tree twist. So very common and similar in Qigong. as I'm going to just allow the arms to tap. The opposing heel might lift. Just going to let the body slowly take this little gentle twist. And then if it's comfortable for you, I find it helpful as I end this little sequence to check in and close the eyes. If this causes you to be dizzy or just don't want to close your eyes, that's fine. But as I come to a still point, as I slowly come to stillness, I just take a moment to close the eyes and then just taking a moment to check in with how you're feeling after that little bit of movement. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we're going to work into a little bit of a bigger warm-up here and a little bit of balance. So the first part of balance is shifting your weight. So shifting your weight means that the body weight shifts and your feet do not move. So notice, I'm going to shift my weight from my right foot to my left. But my feet are not moving at all. I could lift the toe, but essentially my feet aren't moving. So now I'm going to do a shift tap. And then you can choose to add in a little bit of a knee bend or not. So if your knee didn't want to do the bend, you could keep it a little more like this. If you want to add a little bit of more movement, you could add the little knee bend. Then I'm going to warm up the upper body. So I'm going to start with this backward circle for the shoulder. Think of leading with the elbow, up and back. You can leave out the arms if you decide you just want to focus on the footwork today. Good. Do 2 more. Last one. Good. Next movement, I'm going to reach up, up, up and over. So the bigger the bend, if you're feeling like you want a little more activity here, you can do a larger bend in the knees, reaching. Yeah, good. Good. I'm going to do 2 more. Last one. Last movement for the arms. I'm going to reach across and across. So toe tap, reaching cross. Toe tap, reaching cross. Toe tap, reaching cross. Last one, coming up. Good. Now I'm going to go back to the tap. Good. All right, so the next movement I'm going to invite us to try here is the kick back. So basically it's a hamstring curl. I'm aiming for my bum with my heel. Okay, so great way to lengthen that front of the hip flexors. Yeah, that's it. Good. And then I'm going to add a little sequence here for us. So single, single, double. 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 One more. Single, single, double. Good. Let's go back to the tap. Okay, so essentially until now, our feet have relatively stayed in a wide angle. Now we're going to work with weight transfer, which means your feet are moving. So when the foot actually moves, now your whole body weight is shifting. So now we're doing that step tap, and it could be something like a speed skater. Could be a little more like this. So just do what feels comfortable for you today. So from this position here, you could stay with just a step tap and the arms moving, or you could add an across movement. So this is when the heel comes across the body. So your option here is the heel coming across in front, or it could be step tap. Okay, so these are your 2 options for the movement. All right, so I'm going to go back to the heel in front. And there's a great exercise you can do with your upper body. That's a great neuroplasticity exercise. It just means it really challenges our brain to have to work a little bit. And so it's kind of a figure 8. And it's a lot to think about when you're moving your arms and your legs. So you might choose to do this on its own and then add the legs in later, or vice versa. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'm going to take a slowing it down. Taking a break here for a moment. Shoulders up, back, and down. Good. So That's a nice little warm-up for you, and that was a short little dynamic warm-up for the spine, a little bit for the cardiovascular system, and hope that gets you going today. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.